Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Wild. I did a double feature this week, so wanted to review both movies, Wild and Into the Woods. It's been a while since I've done a movie review, and these are two movies I definitely want to go see. December is a great month for movies. There's still a lot of movies I want to see, including Big Eyes and American Sniper being the other two I really wanted to see in December. So we'll see if I end up seeing those two. But let's talk about Wild. So with my reviews, I usually go to the non-spoiler portion, and then I'll warn you guys when spoilers come, so I'll warn you guys. So what is this movie about? Is this woman, played by Reese Witherspoon, hiking. And that's what it is. It's her hiking and dealing with her life and really trying to understand her life and why she went through the things she's went through. And I can't really talk about everything she's went through because that is a bit more in the spoiler portion. But overall, I'm going to say this movie's not going to be for everybody. I think some people are going to be bored by it. For me, I personally love these type of movies. I love when you go into someone's mind, and I love movies that really it's just about one person. I also like movies about relationships, but I think it's unique, especially now modern cinema, especially in independent type movies, to just go into that one person's mind and see how they see life. And I think that's what movies are all about, is different people's perspective. And that's what Wild is about, is that this one woman going through this big place, the world is such a big thing, but her story matters. And that's what Wild is truly about. And you also get a scene about that, really. I mean, if you connect it, she's in a therapist's office and she sees a poster. Universe, this is the universe, and this little dot is you. And she's like, I hate that poster. It's like, why do you hate that poster? It's because I don't believe that. Why would I believe that I'm not important? And that's what my favorite line of the whole entire movie. And I like that she learns about the people she read over the years. She went to college, didn't really understand the reading, until she went on this journey of this desert to understand what life was all about. And for me, I love those type of movies. There's no background music. It's just her mind, and her thoughts in the wild, and the noises of nature. And that's something I think is really amazing about this movie. So overall, I really enjoyed Wild. It's one of my favorite movies I've seen this year. At least, yeah, definitely one of the favorite movies I saw. I just like these type of movies, so overall, I'm going to give Wild 4.5, especially with technique, with sounds. I just want to mention that before we go to spoiler portion. The way they use sound here, you see a visual, and then you hear something that's going to happen maybe 5 seconds after. Just the way they use that narration. Even her narration is very soft. Not as like, very... Usually with narration it's very loud and you're only concentrating on the narration. With this, it's a little bit softer and you're really in her mind because of that, I feel. So I really like that idea. Just the way that you sound in general was really well done here. So overall for me, I give Wild 4.5 stars. I really enjoyed this one, and if you like these type of movies, I think you should really go see it. Let's go to the spoiler portion of this movie. Now going to the spoiler portion, I will tell you why I didn't make 5 stars this movie. The reason is, I think there are some stories they could have dug into a little bit better. And the two stories was the pregnancy and her addiction. I don't think they really focused on how she was addicted, especially since she's going away now, not even having food that she really likes, like Snapple. She was doing heroin in this movie, and they don't really deal with that. I feel like they deal that she's gone through all these things, but not really the addiction that she went through, and, even if she had an addiction. So I think that's something they could have concentrated on a bit more in this movie, and also the pregnancy. That kind of was shoved to the side. What happened to the baby? I mean, we all pretty much figured out what happened to the baby, but like the emotion of what happened, whatever she did with the baby, we didn't really find out. So that's something I would have really enjoyed hearing a little bit more about, because I think that's emotional all in itself, especially seeing all these other creatures in the wild, how that doesn't relate to having your own kid. I don't know, I felt like that's something they also kind of pushed to the side. Those are my little problems that could become big problems for certain people, but yeah, I think those two could have been focused more on. But overall, this movie's about not really a relationship with her mother, it is, but trying to live in her mother's expectation. At first, I felt like there's certain scenes where the mother's going back a little and you're like, oh, why did she just crash into a mirror? And you're like, oh, was she a bad mother? Was she a good mother? And you learn that she was a great mother and she had this great relationship with her. And this whole movie is about her grieving in a way. It took her 4 years to do it, and she does, and that's why she screams, throws the boot, because she's grieving and she's never dealt with those emotions. She dealt it in different ways with sex and drugs, but she never dealt with those emotions, and this path led her to deal with the emotions. And that's what I really enjoyed about this movie overall, is that it's very much about the self, and I don't think enough movies do that. It's always about the relationship you have with someone else, but it's cool to see a movie just with one person. I mean, one I could think of was James Franco, 127 Hours, but I think this did it better. I wasn't a big fan of 127 Hours because there was a story here. I felt more of a story here. Her dealing with other things, and I like that it wasn't like, oh, well, let's find out the mother died in the beginning of the movie. No, we go through her journey as she's thinking about her past and then meeting other people and how she deals with these situations. So, and also kind of the tensions, like, oh, what's going to happen to her? Because it's very different to see a girl traveling on her own and a guy traveling on their own, and you see that perspective here too. So overall, 4.5 stars. I could talk about this movie forever because there's a lot to talk about, but that's what I'm going to say about Wild. Really enjoyed it, and let me know in the comments below if you like it, if it seems like your type of movie. This is Comic Uno. Guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the Rant Situations. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father Like Daughter, and don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father Like Daughter. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.